Well, it's a beautiful, warm, sunny day out here in the mountains of West Virginia, and today I'm going to have a Graycliff G2 Maduro in Pirate. It actually looks more like a Bellicoso to me, but what do I know? I just smoke them. Lately, though, it seems like I've been smoking more dark wrapper cigars. Not on purpose. There we go. I just reach into my humidor, roll them around a little bit, and then pick one. Lately, I've been getting dark wrappers. So let's go ahead and cut this thing and smoke them. Oh yeah. I'm going to definitely have to cut a little bit more than that. Doo-doo-doo. That's a little better, but I got room for one more. Got my Perfect cutter. Brian Glenn over at Cigar Obsession. He's my favorite cigar reviewer. He uses one of these, and if it's good enough for him, well, by golly, it's good enough for me. A little bit of a breeze out today, so I'm going to go ahead and use my little double torch. And, oh, wrong end. Let's get this thing lit. Get a little bit of a toast on the end. Don't want to get too close. Just want to use the heat, not the actual flame. I'll tell you, it's smelling good just from toasting. Little bit of bitterness, but that's on light. It happens sometimes. It's like I missed a spot. There we go. Now today I'm going to be covering a couple of subjects, and I'm probably going to split this up into two separate videos. So, that is pretty good. Pretty good smoke output. Anyway, I digress. Like I said, I'm going to probably cut this up into a couple of different videos. So let me go ahead and get started with this one. Now, this is basically an update of my last Porch cigar video when I talked about my sciatica and the results of the meds and what they did to my body after the sciatica, the what they call the side effects. Well, I said I was going to go to a urologist. Well, I went, and he examined me. He examined my prostate. You guys my age-ish know what I'm talking about. That's the first time I had that experience, and that was interesting. He did the whole gropey, feely, touchy thing too, and that was kind of funny. Not funny, haha, funny, weird. But you know, he's a urologist, and that's what he does. He's got to examine that area. But he did tell me that my prostate was not enlarged. In fact, my wife's still laughing about it. He says, "Oh, you've got a small prostate." Well, I'm thinking, well, good, it's not the prostate. Oh, wait a minute, that's not good. So what can it be? What's causing my problems? Why can't I urinate like I could before? What's up? So he set an appointment for another. It was a procedure. It's called cytoscope, or something like that. Basically, they go up in there with a little camera and take a look around, and also with some other instruments, and they performed a procedure Not exactly sure what all he did up there. And he did say that there was a constriction in my urethra where it goes through my prostate, even though my prostate wasn't enlarged. Okay. He also said that there was a thickening in a section of the wall of my bladder, and he did a biopsy of that. I just know that I came out of there with a catheter and a blood-filled bag strapped to my leg. Another experience I've never had before, and I never want to have again. That's smooth. So anyway, that was on, let's see, what is today? Today's Tuesday. That was on Monday of last week. I spent the week mostly sitting on my my cushy recliner. It was interesting in one way is I didn't have to get up to pee. Just had to get up every now and then to empty my little pouch. After a couple of days, let's see, about a couple of days, the blood red started turning orange, and by Friday it was just urine. So doctor went ahead and took that out, which again was an interesting experience. I've never had that done before. It's like, whoa. So that's out now, but I seem to be doing better. I'm not as blocked up as I was, so that's a good thing. Now, I've got another appointment with the urologist tomorrow, and if he'll let me, I'm going to see if I can get some on video and maybe cut a cake. We're about half hour in. Excuse me. Now, the burn line, it gets a little bit funny every now and then, but it is breezy out, and it is a Maduro. I've had to touch it up a couple times, but it's no big deal. Haven't had it go out on me or anything. It's still burning pretty good. The smoke output, not as much as there was before, but that's okay. I just give it a double pop. Plenty enough. Anyway, going on with my story. Today is, let's see, Tuesday, April 18th. Yesterday was Monday, April 17th. And I had an appointment to get a CAT scan. It was at 9 o'clock. Okay, we get to the hospital, and I'm there on time. Actually, we're a few minutes early. And then we get our little tag with a number, and then we sit there and wait for them to call our number. And they take all of our information. Oh, my necklace, I don't know if y'all notice or even pay attention to such things, but you might notice it's a little bit shorter. Because before our appointment, the day before, I took it off. It was tied on, so I untied it, took it off, and I put a clasp on it just in case I had to take it off. And you know, I kind of like it a little bit shorter too. So that suits me fine. Now, back to the CAT scan. They gave me these bottles about that big around of this nasty stuff that they put orange flavoring into it, which was like a nasty stuff with orange flavoring. Said, well, okay, you got to drink this whole bottle, and we're going to do the CAT scan at 11 o'clock. So it was another couple hours, but you drink this whole bottle, and at 10:30 you drink half of the other bottle. So I drank the whole bottle, and at 10:30 I drank half of the other bottle. And promptly at 11 they did come and get me. Actually, a little bit before 11, because you know they got to get me set up and stuff. Now, they had me take off my necklace, but that was it. They said, you know, it's okay with the earrings and all, because they're doing like my lower part where the problems are. So they had me lay down, and then they stuck this IV in my arm, and they injected this toxic radioactive sludge into my veins that gave me this nasty metallic taste in my mouth, and so I was starting to feel nauseous from it. But went for a ride back and forth through the magic donut a few times. And now that's done. Now tomorrow, I've got another appointment with my urologist, and we're going to find out what the result of the CAT scan was, and hopefully we'll get a diagnosis. And we're going to find out whether or not he has a diagnosis, because, you know, I've been getting better on my own. So it might just be one of those things that whatever the meds messed up, that my body is just naturally healing and taking care of on its own. So, you know, I think either way, things are going to be pretty groovy. I might have to take like some kind of medication for a while. I don't know. But we're going to find out. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can cut in, if he'll let me get it on video. I'm going to see if I can cut that video in and see what the doctor says. Well, anyway, I'm going to keep smoking my Graycliff J2, Graycliff G2 Maduro Pirate R. Had to say that, sorry. The band itself, I can tell it's going to come off easy because it's been sliding around on me. I could probably just slip that thing right off. There we go. Save that. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up. Wife will be home in about an hour. And relax out here for a little while longer. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye now. Well, we're back with the urologist. And let's see. The biopsy he did on that thick part of my bladder came back negative for cancer. Basically, they didn't really find anything wrong. There was just a restriction where my urethra goes through my prostate gland. He says that my prostate, even though it's small, it's enlarged, which is kind of like small but enlarged because it's chunky. I've got a chunky prostate, and that's what's causing the restriction. So basically, I'm in my mid-50s. Prostate problems they come with age. And now I got to take a couple of different medications for the rest of my life so I can urinate. He also says the best thing I can do is to make sure that I continue to eat right and exercise. So there's that. Only problem is when the CAT scan came back, everything was normal. Everything was healthy. The lungs, all the organs and stuff. Everything else looked good. The kidneys, the liver. But the only problem is that there's what he calls funny spots on my pelvis, on the iliac of my pelvis. So now I'm off to see an oncologist next month to find out what the heck that's about. So, you know, basically, even though the urinary tract section of this story is pretty much done, it's a continuing saga. But, you know, I got a month between this appointment and the next one. So, I guess we'll see. Till then, take it easy.